Good morning, kitty cat. Good morning, audience. How are yous today? Let's talk about how to maximize your damage using the Paragon tree. I have 350 available Paragon points. If I'm trying to get the absolute most maximum out of this for damage, I'm going to want to focus on two things. I'm going to want to focus, one, on armor penetration. That way I can get increased critical damage, which is what armor penetration effectively does. And I'm also going to want to focus on the damage trees. The damage trees are these with the double cross swords, and the armor penetration are the fist. If you look in multiple of these Paragon trees, you're going to notice that some of them are easier to get to and some of them are harder to get to. But you should have enough points right around, I think it's 340 Paragon, to max out all of these. And I will show you the path to do so. Starting with Vanquisher, we're going to take the 5 here. We're going to take the 1 here on the Zeal, so we can go down here and take all 25 points of damage. Then we're going to have 1 in Wrath. Then we're going to take 25 in Armor Penetration. This is the easiest and cheapest path for complete damage. For Survivor, we're going to want to go 5 in Life. We're going to go Unyielding. Then we're going to go down to this armor here instead of the 20 points here. It will be cheaper in the long run. We're going to take the 10 points in Armor, the 1 in Escape Artist. Now we can either go 20 points here to go through Indestructible, or we can go 15 points in Life. Considering that if you're going for maximum damage, both Life and Damage are affected by things like Resonance, I think it's better to go for Life. So I'm going to go for Life here, which gives me 1 more point here and gives me the cheapest possible maximum damage out of Survivor. The next tree is Treasure Hunter, and it's a pretty self-explanatory path forward. You're just going to walk down the tree, maxing this tree out in order to get your maximum armor penetration there. It's up to you when you're done using your points if you want to spend points anywhere else, but for now, let's just continue. Gladiator is pretty easy. We're going to do 5 points in armor penetration here, and now we have 2 decisions to make. We can either go down here into potency for 15 points, or we can go up into life for 10. If we go up into life to 10, that gives us quick witted, which reduces the duration of loss of control effects, which is pretty good in PvP. More than likely, this is going to be one of the trees you almost completely max out. That way you have Gladiator used in PvP, but if you're actually looking for just strictly the cheapest option all the way to get all the way through to the damage, it is actually the cheapest to go with the life option. So we would go up here, we would do 10 in life, we would go quick-witted, we would then do 10 resistance, we would do 10 life, and then from there we would be able to do 25 damage, and that would be your cheapest path. Soldier's a little tricky. You want to go here, then you want to go down to the middle bracket and take 15 into resistance, which unlocks the damage, and then from there you take 1 point in battle morale, so that way you can go to armor penetration and you're completed. Mastermind simple. You're just going to walk down the path in order to get armor penetration here, 1 point here in order to unlock damage. You'll max out your damage, and then that right there is going to be all of the damage points maxed out. You should end up in 42 in Mastermind, 52 in Soldier, 62 in Gladiator, 37 in Treasure Hunter, 58 in Survivor, and 57 in Vanquisher. This ends up being a total of 308 Paragon points, which will give you 2,600 damage and 320 armor penetration. From here, the next decision is if you only have limited points, whether you want to finish out Treasure Hunter or Gladiator. Me personally, I would be going through and finishing out Gladiator. Reason being is I like all of the actives from Gladiator. I find them quite important in PvP, and for that reason, I would want this min-maxed as much as possible and activated while I'm in PvP. From there, I would be going into Treasure Hunter and getting things like increasing right here my treasure find. That way I could get better equipment drops. Now, if it was me, that's personally where I would be going. Keep in mind, this Paragon tree may change because we do believe there is other Paragon trees coming into the game in the future, and we're awaiting that. With that being said, like the video if it helps, subscribe if it's what you were looking for, and I'll see you on the next Diablo Immortal video.